Greetings, and before I get started with today's video, you guys know that I entered a sort of experimenting phase, and I think I'm going to get off that. And I know it's very early, like I said I would last like a week or two, but I think it's just because my head wasn't really in it. Like this past long weekend has been a bit tough because of so many projects that are going on, and yeah, so that's really all I'm gonna leave it to. There were just a lot of things going on. And I realized that I actually just enjoy making Gwent content more than I actually thought I was initially. Like this whole idea of just me being able to create decks just for fun, for theme, getting to watch other people make decks, is sort of a thing that I love to do. And I think I'm just going to stick to it. I'm going to stick to my roots and my strengths. So I'm going to go back to Gwent actually. And we're going to go to a sort of thematic deck. So this is the Stormy Seas. I took a look at sort of the cards that are related to storms, weather, etc. So this particular deck will feature a bit of movement. So in the past movement deck based I've used for Skellige obviously involved Regis because he is sort of the row finisher. But this time I decided not to use Regis, at least for the time being. For now, I will be focusing with Skellige Storm and such. So the idea behind this deck is you still have your usual ships. Remember, we are trying to make it into the Stormy Seas, so we will be using the ships to sort of deal some damage to our opponents. And we have our finishers, Wild Boar of the Sea and the Gourd Two Blades to sort of have that pretty strong combo between damage and point receiving. Not to mention we have cards like the Great Swords, and that would help with the boost as well. And if you guys haven't joined me on my Discord, you guys should join my Discord. Actually, we have a fun time talking about Gwent, politics. I think the topic just went to politics this time around. But if you guys want to bring anything up, feel free to share anything, like Gwent related, IRL related. Honestly, why not, right? So I'll leave a link in that as always in the description below. And I didn't sound as sort of exciting as I try to make myself sound, but I think this is just sort of the natural tone of my voice. So it might be a bit strange if you guys are wondering how come he sounds a little bit dull, a little bit na. I think this is just how I sound. I mean, I try not to pass off as a serious person, but I think it's just because, I mean, that's kind of why I sort of kept the title of Keen Observer for so long, even though it's because you watch Twitch a lot. I think that's how you get that title. I've always found myself as someone who's very observant, so again, I try not to pass off as a very skilled player, but you know, I have played the game long enough so that I have some experience. Obviously, I don't win every game. I do lose a lot. It's part of the learning curve. I wish I could go pro, but honestly, my brain cells will just explode. They almost exploded this weekend. I'm glad I was able to fix it. And same format will stay as usual. You guys will see me sort of build a deck, and I will sort of explain things as we go along. It's pretty obvious to tell that the first two cards in this combo are going to be Wild Boar of the Sea and Dagur. They are sort of the finishers of the deck. Well, they can be finishers. They can also be used sort of first round. That's the beauty of Second Wind, actually, is you're actually free to play Wild Boar of the Sea or Dagur depending on the situation at hand. And you sort of start getting that a bit of advantage, especially if you win coin. You are able to put some pressure on your opponent because of the amount of units they summon. You also have help from some of the bronzes, such as Create Longship, Damonlet Longship. Those cards have always been capable of helping you out with setting up Wild Boar of the Sea. And of course, your opponents only have so much tech that they can deal with those cards. But not to mention, you have Freya's Blessing to bring them back. Geralt Ard was an interesting add-up, I think. I wanted to make the deck a little bit interesting. I didn't want to sort of stick to the meta. I wanted to add my own little bit of twist to it. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother making a video if I didn't add my sort of twist to it. I think that's what I'm going to start trying to do with decks and probably arena mode, hopefully when they work on it. So Geralt Ard is part of this deck. I like that his ability to move units to a different row, damage him by 2. Of course, the opponent could, but the thing is, they're not going to expect a card like Geralt Ard, of course. At this point, they're so busy thinking about Urgent and Igni that Ard isn't going to even be on the list. Again, Ard is just a twist card. It would be very easy to switch it for a card like Royal Decree if you're missing a pretty key card that you would like to add. Because right now, my only source of deck in here come from Mata and Raiding Fleet, so it is actually quite likely that you might miss some key cards. But because of the damage, you can actually deal with Wild Boar of the Sea and Dagur, not to mention the Great Source as backup. Then I think you're still pretty set, even if you miss a couple key cards. Now the card here that's in question pretty much is Skellige's Storm. Now, in the past, I used Skellige's Storm to sort of partner it up with Vader Makar, because Vader Makar does does allow to add an extra turn of Skellige's Storm. Now, of course, that sort of make it equal, like somewhat around what Dragon's Dream already does. It's just if I combine it with Vader Makar, it'll just last a turn less instead of a round longer, and nobody's going to add scouts to to clear weather effects, because that's not what they're preparing for. Which is sort of one of the key advantages of this deck is we're playing cards that opponents will not expect. Skellige's Storm is definitely one. Geralt Ard. Skellige's Storm could be at the back of their deck. Could be at the back of their mind when it comes to a deck like this, but at the same time not so much, because again we already have so many cards that can deal with damage units and that can also damage units themselves. But I wanted to add a bit of a roll punish aspect to it, because I noticed that I play a lot of scoia'tael decks, Mystic Echo specifically. But any scoia'tael deck really tries to line up their units to set up for Great Oak. I think they mostly do it front row, but sometimes they will do the occasional back row, especially if they have a Dolpathon of Bowman, which is good for, again, targeting units that are, spaces apart. Tempest is the other interesting card I have. I'm actually using Tempest as a means to deal with opposing defenders. Now, of course, I can actually, at this point, this actually makes Grimace kind of obsolete. So having both Tempest and Grimace actually makes this deck kind of redundant. So that's probably a second change I would probably make to this deck, is probably changing Grimace for a different card. Like a card like, I don't know if you want to add a card like Champion's Charge into a deck like this, because you're very capable of getting Bloodthirst 3. Jenge Fret, of course, is also an option, which is the Bloodthirst 1, letting you lock a unit. There's quite a few. If you want to go even more memes, you can actually add the Giant Boar as well, because again, if you're trying to line up units for damage, you can get Wild Boar going, honestly, before you can do your killer combos, such as your Dagur into Wild Boar of the Sea. If anything, I might actually make that change right now. It's like probably after I showcase these games, I'm probably gonna change it to Giant Boar, and I'm gonna play it on stream just to see what difference it would make. I think it would pick a pretty decent difference, because you're boosting yourself by 1 for each damage unit, and if your opponent likes to swarm, which is another reason why I brewed up this deck, by the way, is because I've noticed that swarm is starting to counter Double Masquerade Ball, because it was dominating the early part of the meta. I've sort of gone to 2 steps ahead, and now I'm actually able to deal with the swarm. I actually took on an overwhelming deck with this, swarm based of course, with Plague Maiden, and I just absolutely destroyed them. Although I'm not sure if it's with this or if it's with my other move deck. Yes, I made 2 move decks over the weekend that I'm going to showcase this week to you guys. You'll see it during one of the 2 videos. I can't quite remember. Now, I didn't sort of stop anything in the bronze package, because I feel like I can just summarize it all up in 30 seconds. Honestly, it's a lot of cards you'd see in a regular Skellige deck, especially one that revolves around ships. So Demon Corsairs for sure, for, constant bleeding capabilities. You got Ancrate Longship that damages every unit that comes in. You got Demon Light Longship for you to set up your Wild Boar of the Sea, which is pretty nice. A possible change here actually is because I only have 3 4 provision cards here. Which is pretty insane, because I have a lot of cards in the 5 to 7 provision range, which is probably why I'm kind of lacking in the 4. But if you want to prolong the Demon Light Longships, it's not so bad to add a Heimei Herbalist. So if that's another change you want to make, you can change Gremist. You can demote him down to Heime Herbalist. And then you have 3 6 provision cards, Delirium, Decoction, and Tempest. You can switch either Decoction or Delirium for a 7 provision card or an 8 provision card, so you do have changes you can make there. It's very flexible. I try to make the decks as flexible as possible, you know, because I like, if you guys do enjoy the decks I make, I'm pretty sure there's like at least one of you guys out there that enjoy my decks, then, you know, feel free to make changes, you know, hit me up on Discord. Definitely come join our Discord server. We like having good times there for sure. And yeah, so that's going to pretty much sum up everything with this deck. Again, the whole part of it is the Gore 2 Blades, Wild Boar of the Sea, sort of that killer combo. You got Great Swords as backup. You got Row punishing capabilities from Skellige'S Storm. Tempest not so much because it's only 3 units adjacent, but you can deal with Purify if that's the case. Hammond helps you with the moving a little bit, and Geralt definitely does as well, albeit it only does it towards the range row. I get it, it is sort of meant for that lore friendly because R does push you back, but I think Geralt in general should just let you move to the other row. I think that's just better. Anyway, that's going to be the deck list. If you guys did like this video, again, I'm still working on an intro, so you won't see an intro for the next at least 2 or 3 videos. So if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, comment on any changes you guys would like to make, and of course subscribe for more Gwent content. And other than that, let me send you guys over to some gameplay.
The heart of an uncrate.
Okay. This probably gets locked. Probably. Actually, what I could have done is yeah, I figured a lock was coming. Interesting. Too bad the Gore won't last that long here anymore, unfortunately.
In my trade, I am a great artist.
Okay, that's fine. Still have a decent lead. Just a matter of what he plays. Another lock? Okay. Sure.
Few poachers dare venture into Morrigan's wood.
Wonder if I should pass now. I think a passing now would be fine. Yeah. I feel like Defender might be worth it here. Yeah, now that I think about it, I think Defender might be worth it. So he's used both of his locks, which is good. Okay, we can res one of our ships, or probably the Demon Corsair again. Okay.
I smell a leak.
I mean, these would have been great actually for setting up our Wild Boar of the Sea. My guess is he passes, yeah. So he's used 2 locks and 1 tourney joust, so he'll have 1 more tourney joust after. We have a lot of our storm cards here. Not good. That's better. We have an opener. Okay, we get Ard too. That's pretty good. Is this Singleton? No, it's not. But it's probably Ball. It's probably Ball.
My boots got sand aplenty in them.
Let's play our Corsair again.
Sailed into troubled waters, mate.
And then we'll res flares. I mean, he could kill it, but he's already used both of his locks, so that will give me what, stunning blow? Okay.
We dance, for young is the night.
Modern Freyr is patient, but she brooks no insult.
Yeah, here it is. Alright, we'll at least kill... We'll at least kill the one Thirsty Dame.
Baubles don't interest me.
And then we can probably decoction the other one. Yeah. Oh no, he'll probably have to, yeah.
A superb specimen, truly.
Just look for my shade.
Thing is, I need to get Geralt going, or Geralt. I need to get Geralt going before I can get Skellige'S Storm off. And is it the end of my turn? Oh, it's on turn start. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
To your health. I'll snap your neck in the twist.
I'm going to punish that back row really bad too. Merc back? Okay. So the order here is probably gonna be Mata, Ard, Skellige's Storm. No, yeah, Mata, Ard, Skellige's Storm, Dagor, and then probably Wild Boar. Or we also play Dagor because I think he's gonna get destroyed regardless. So more poison. Okay.
Never sit from the master's table. Never.
Don't poisons ever get annoying?
Do not make me beg.
Would he be King Cobra Fen by any chance? I mean, he could be.
Peckish.
Definitely possible.
Not your lucky day.
He might be saving that last poison for Vincent. Yeah, probably Vincent. Do what you can, friend. Do what you can. And then I'll play the Gore second last, and then, well, board the sea last for a board wipe. Even though I feel like the Gore's gonna get destroyed anyway, so... Oh shoot. I forgot about Joaquin as always. Does that just bleed? Oh, and another poison? Okay, now I can play the Gore actually. Okay, now let's get the Gore off here, and then we'll just probably ping you. Roderick, okay.
Out of the way, rabble!
I don't think Vincent will still be enough here regardless. I think I just have a lot of value. I mean, 16 points is a big hit. Yeah, not even Vincent's gonna save him here. Yeah. I just have too much control. I out-controlled the control. Oh, I go first again, and this is... Oh, this is Lippy? Okay, that's fine. We can handle Lippy very well, actually. Okay. I probably could have started with Dim and Corsair first, but... Missing out on Crow Mother again? Pity.
Sailed into troubled waters, mate.
I mean, I actually don't mind getting this all the way down to the short round, because I can deal with, oh, that's fine. I may put Greatsword bot row. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, they're also beasts too? Oh, yikes.
Sure, you can pet him, long as you don't mind losing an arm.
I once lopped off 3 heads with one blow.
There's Ceres, yeah.
I'm ready.
Now! All together!
You still want to stick here, and then probably bleed. I guess you. And then this will be a pretty good web war of the sea, actually. Yeah, this will be a pretty good web war of the sea.
Get him, Wojtek!
Okay. We'll ping you. And then we can play Delirium back here. Still not enough. Shoot! He can pass. Damn. Oh. Oh, wait, what? He has Herald Houndsnout? Why? Let's ping you, I guess. And then we'll... Actually, I should have pinged the Bear Abomination. Could be more value that way. That, and then we'll wild boar the sea. If he has Morkfrog, then he's got me dead. And then last, and then we can combine this later. He'll probably pass, and if he passes, I need to go long rounds, so... I'd appreciate it if he passed, actually. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's a pretty killer combo. More Demon Corsairs. Okay, that's not so bad, I think. I would like Crow Mother, though. Crow Mother never wants to show up for me. It's fine. I mean, he didn't get Crow. I don't know. Did Ursan Rituals usually? I mean, I run. Ah, that's interesting. I don't know. I mean, at this point, kind of Dagur is a bigger priority for me, actually. Yeah, I'm missing a lot of pretty decent cards, actually. It would be nice if I can get them. Raiding Fleet's nice. Savage Bear, we don't really want. Now we don't have a ship. Oh my gosh, we're missing key cards. We're missing... And we got the worst gold card that we could have bought. Like, Tempest would have been fine. So this is literally a roll now. It's literally a roll. Actually, Freya's Blessing might just have to bring out my Greatsword. Gonna have to be Greatsword. He's played one Stunning Blow. He's gonna have two. I think he's gonna have two. Yeah, I'm betting he's gonna have two. So I could Demon Corsair first, and then I can actually Raiding Fleet into the Ankret Longship. Oh, he starts with Build Carl. Oh, that's awkward. That's gonna be awkward, actually.
Gods are blowing fair winds today.
I mean, if he's Stunning Blows, I'll play Matza next. Oh, Gutting Slash, okay. I need Dagur. Dagur wins me this. Okay, I mean, I guess Art is fine. Ceres does have to go to the front row anyway. Okay, now he lippies. Okay. I mean, the more units he gives me, honestly, the better. Yeah. Kind of expected. The good news is we can actually line up his entire back row, so... The only problem is that Bear's gonna eat whatever it wants to restore his health back to 12, so... He also hasn't played a decoction yet, has he? Wait, he doesn't have it. Or it's probably in his hand.
Have ye nothing better to do?
I need Ceres to come out here. I actually do. So Morkvarg's either in his hand or he doesn't have it. I mean, if he got Svalbard Totem, I don't think he's gonna have Morkvarg. I think that's the usual replacement people make anyway. This is Ceres. Yeah, okay, perfect. That's good.
Step careful there.
Our shields are our ramparts!
Not your lucky day.
And then we can Hammond, probably a Ceres. Yeah, we can Hammond a Ceres actually. We will need to play the Decoction too at some point. I feel like the Decoction should have played earlier. We do get last say. Our last say might as well be Wild Boar, like Greatsword into probably the okay. What does that get me? A Stunning Blow? Or Savage Bear? Savage Bear would be pretty cool. Yeah, because I have a Savage Bear in the grave. Oh, unfortunately, that's still gonna transform. I did help him there. I could actually Grimace. Yeah, Grimace wouldn't be the worst on that. Yeah, it'll have to be Decoction and then Scout the Storm. I should have used them. I can't believe I didn't use them. That's probably gonna cost me. So it's gonna have to be Skellige Storm and then Greatsword, unfortunately. Yikes.
Last words.
It's fine. What is that last card? That's what I want to know. Yeah, not getting the Gwent there was kind of bad. Hammond? Okay.
I'll snap your neck in my fist.
Bow before modern Freya.
I have to hope this is enough, because I don't know if it will be. Ooh, not by a lot, but I mean, hey, a dub's a dub. Yeah, I made a couple mistakes, but I think it's fine. Like, that's how I like this deck, actually.